Hello everyone. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. I am back with another reading in 2025. This is my first one. And this reading is going to be a pick a card reading, and it's going to answer the question, what is the key to happiness? It is the new year. We're always thinking about like what we can be doing better, how much more money we need to be making, like what goals we need to achieve, how can we look better, how can we think better, like I don't know, there's all of these things and goals that we have right now in the new year. But I wanted to remind ourselves, us, everybody, about our happiness. I was just thinking of that song Pretty Hurts by Beyonce. In the beginning of the song, it's like a little skit, and it says, she's like in a pageant, and one of the questions that she's being asked is, what is your aspiration in life? And she says, my aspiration in life is to be happy. And I just thought about that when I thought about this reading, because while we're sitting here making these goals, let's make sure to make a goal that is good for us, that's the best for us, that's going to like make us happy. And that's what I wanted this pick a card reading to be about today. What's the key to our happiness? We're all individual people, so each key is going to be different. So I have 3 different piles here, so we can at least get an idea of our key to happiness in all the different people who are going to be watching this reading. But we've got pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And first, I just want to say thank you so much for liking, subscribing. Thank you for watching this. And I will get started now. Start with pile number 1. All right, pile number 1. What is your key to happiness? So before I answer that question, I wanted to get a little bit of information about who you are, like what type of person you are, so we can know what's going to make you happy. And also so you can know whether or not you're going to be resonating with this reading. So pile number 1, you are someone who sees opportunities everywhere. You're constantly seeing opportunities, and it's so funny, pile number 1, because when I pulled these cards, I immediately heard opportunities. Like, I'm like, whoa, okay. What does that mean? But I think for you, it means that you just literally, like, any situation you get in, you know that there's multiple different ways for you to do something, whether or not it's a relationship, whether or not it's a job, whether or not it's like your literal just everyday life. You might be like, yesterday I woke up at 8 and then I went to work at 9 and then I got home and I went to the gym. But you know what today I'm going to do? I'm going to wake up at like 3 p.m. and then I'm going to go to work. And then like you be switching stuff up. You see that there's more than one way to do things. You're not really dedicated or like married to doing things the way that everybody else does them. Like you really see that you get to, or you really have the opportunity to design your life in the way that you want it to be. Or at least that's something that you think about constantly. You may even see opportunities to like get ahead in life. And you could have even tried to do that before, like, because in the way that you see the world, you're able, again, you can just see opportunities, like there might be a path forward, but you can see all the other paths that are leading up to that path forward. There's just like multiple infinite numbers of paths, and you can see I won't say them all because that's a lot, but you can see many different ways to do things. You can even see like in your job, you can see a way that you could like, if only you did this, if you did that, or if you invested in this, or if you went and did this kind of career path, or if you get with this type of person, then you'll get here faster. It's like you could have in the past, or even right now, be tempted by get rich quick schemes, or get somewhere quick schemes. Like, oh, there's a shortcut if I just go through here to get to the store, or like, oh, if I go down, I'm thinking about like when you're driving on a road and there's like a one way, and if it wasn't a one way, you could easily get to that place you want to get. You might be the type of person that'd be like, ain't nobody coming right, let me go down this one way real quick. You know what I mean? Like you might see that there's more than one way to do things, that there's different opportunities to do things, but you could have been tempted to do like the shortcut way in the past. But I believe that you might have learned the hard way in trying to do some of that stuff. But I feel like for you, though, the overall thing for you when it comes to you and your personality, and the thing that you really like is you like a little razzle dazzle and excitement. That's why you're always looking at those different options. You don't want the same old, like you don't want the same old life. You don't want to do things the same way every day. You love the excitement and the novelty of something new. But I believe in the past when you're getting burned by like trying some things out that may not have been the best thing to try, you decided, like, or you kind of got, I won't even would say stuck in this energy, but you're in this energy right now. This King of Wands, or sorry, King of Swords energy. It's kind of like, I've been there, done that. I know better. I'm not really trying to like take no risks right now. There's some things that are important to me that I want to protect. But really, your type of energy is the type in which you want to like take risks and do exciting, fun things. Okay, so if you resonate with that, Palm 1, that's 2. And we're going to figure out what is your key to happiness. All right, Palm 1. So your key to happiness is going to involve other people. I was talking about before, you like razzle dazzle, you like excitement in your life, you like to like try different ways and different routes and different, like you don't really want to do the same old every single day, but you kind of might be feeling right now that you have to do the same old every day because you kind of feel stuck, like you don't feel confident in yourself in making those decisions, like those take risky decisions anymore, because you've been burned in the past, and it's like, you know what, let me just stay on the straight and narrow, let me just do the right thing, aka the right thing. So you might just be kind of in that type of energy right now, but honestly you kind of yearn for the excitement and the razzle dazzle in your life. So for you, your key to happiness would be to continue being that exciting person, but it's you're going to be doing it in a different way, or it would be best for you to do it in a different way. Before, you were kind of just going off on your own and doing stuff on your own and like having your own ideas. It probably was because you didn't feel like there were people out there who believed the same as you, who wanted to take those adventures just like you did, who wanted to like take those risks or try those new things. But I really get kind of see the energy of you linking up with people who are just like you, who like to take risks. Kind of like you all comparing notes, like, hey, have you done this before? And they can be like, no, I ain't did that before. You can tell them how you did it and like what were the outcomes of the things that you did. And then they were like, hey, have you done this before? And you were like, you know, I thought about it. How was it? Like, tell me, what did you decide to do and how was that? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all comparing notes and then choosing a path forward together. Like, hey, let's go do this together. Let's go try this out together. But in a way, like, it would be, you would be happier if you were taking those risks with other people, so that you're not like fully exposed, so that you're not the only one who is going through like the losses, so that you have like support in that way. So this could literally be a family member, it could be your best friend that you're taking these risks with. You can literally find, like, there's so many online communities. Just search the thing that you are into. You're going to find people who have like a Facebook group or a Reddit thread or something, like some kind of online community that has to do with the thing that you're interested in doing, and link up with your people there, you know? Even if you just be on there like reading the comments and you don't even participate just yet because you kind of want to see if those people are like you, finding like-minded people, and that's just one way to do it online, like, let alone going out in public and finding people who are like you. In PS, you're gonna find the people who are like you in the places that you like to go. So pay attention to who's around you. They're gonna be like you. You just have to have like some deeper conversations. Anyway, like, it would be good for you to link up with other people and start doing these things, these risky things. And I call them risky things, but things can be risky. Like, there's like it is, what is the word? Risks are, it's relative. Like, something that is risky to me might not be risky at all to you. Something that I don't even think is a problem, you might be like, whoa, what are you doing? What are you trying to do? So it just depends on the situation, depends on who you are, whether or not that thing is risky. But I feel like you seeing that you can move forward and do these fun and exciting things, you can switch up your entire life, like with these new people, even if it's just literally knowing that they exist and you feeling like, you know what, I can still continue to do my stuff because there's other people who are out here like this and I don't have to feel like I'm out by myself or crazy. You continuing to do what you like to do, just knowing or being with people who you are gathered with, that is going to make you happy. And it's so funny because you think that the key to happiness would be like you achieving something, you da da da, but it's literally just you being able to be who you are, and you know, being able to like be free in that. We look at this 8 of Swords card. So you're kind of freeing yourself from the thought that you can't be, like, you can't try these other options, you can't do a whole bunch of things. And I do want to give some examples because I do feel like I've been a little bit abstract in this reading, but I feel like it's such a general thing. Let's say, for example, you are somebody who has held down a job for 20 years, let's say. But that job, you don't get to do anything new or different. It's the same thing every day. I'm talking about there's no progression there unless you switch to a completely different job. The job is the same. There's nothing new. Like, it's one of the oldest jobs in the books. Like, let's say like a shopkeeper. I don't know, because I feel like that's one of the oldest jobs in the book. A shopkeeper. You literally sell wares, but you've been doing it so long, you got it down to a science. There's nothing that surprises you anymore. You want to go on an adventure. You want to go on vacation. You want to go like for a month-long vacation to somewhere else. But you know that as a shopkeeper, you got to keep your shop open. You got to keep your money flowing. The overhead isn't, not the overhead, but your profit isn't so much that you can just shut that thing down and go somewhere. But if you feel that you have like-minded people, aka a support system who can run that shop while you go do stuff, you would feel more inclined to do that rather than like sitting and being like, man, I wish I could do my or complete my dreams. Or same example, you're that shopkeeper, you want to go back to school and you want to become a nurse. But look at you, you're already stable in your career. Why would you do something like that? Why would you go back to school and become a nurse? But you come across this Facebook group of people who have literally completely changed their lives. They were working in one field and they switched to another, and they talk about their success stories, or they talk about how they weren't so successful, or they talk about what they wish they would have done wrong or right, or blah blah blah, or this way or that way. But you like being able to see some examples for other people helps you kind of understand, number one, why you are where you are, and number two, the next steps to take in your journey in life. So it's kind of like this energy of wanting something different, but not being able to see the way forward, or not believing in yourself enough to like make a move. But your key to happiness, pile number one, is you need to link up with some other people and continue to do what you like to do. So I want to see if I can get some cards of advice for you. Cards of advice. Oops, man. Okay, here's our cards of advice, pile number one. I love this. So I kept hearing, you are not alone, you are not alone. So it's so funny, you might literally already be surrounded by the people who are like you, but you haven't really shared what it is that you want to do with these people. I'm hearing that, and I'm also hearing like in everything that you do, make sure it's only one aspect of your life or one thing that you're changing at a time. Everything doesn't have to change at once. That's a specific message for somebody. Like sometimes, like in order for you to feel safe and stable, like say for instance, you want to go and get a new relationship. Make sure you're like stable in your career, stable in your housing, like everything's good, so that if you take risks in relationship, you will at least have all your other ducks in a row, so that if anything happens, you know, if you get sad, if you get really like swept off your feet, if whatever, like you're stable in those other positions in your life, so that not so much is changing, so that you don't feel like you're just floating out there in space. You can sometimes get that feeling of, I'm floating in space. Nothing's right in my life, but only one thing is going wrong. If you know, like, hey, I got my feet firmly grounded and I'm going to go embark on this new thing, this new relationship, this new job, this new house. I'm going to embark on that. But I have my feet firmly planted on the ground. I think that's just going to help you move forward without so much fear, without too much excitement, without too much overwhelm. I think sometimes we don't understand how we can get overwhelmed in situations. But having too many things, too many variables that are changing at once can really be overwhelming. So the advice is basically that: stay steady, stay stable, no matter what is going on. The changes that you want to make in your life, it's like you want to reach, like you want to get to this excitement, but you don't want it to be too much. You don't want to be overwhelmed. It's like a surfer surfing. You want to surf the big waves, but you don't want to get you don't want to, what is it called, wipe out in those big waves. And so you just would need to make sure you have the skills and abilities to do that. the advice for you is, it's so interesting because I'm getting too many different messages. It's one in which you already have the people around you that you would like to be with, but it's a matter of you sharing. It's a matter of you like sharing with them what's going on in your mind. And another message is that while you embark on this, make sure your feet are firmly on the ground. Make sure that you and yourself have decided that you want to do this, like all aspects of you. Any parts of you that are holding you back, like really make sure that you talk to them and make sure you have like a conversation like, okay, yes, I understand that you're afraid because of what went on in the past, but here's the things that I'm doing that are gonna mitigate those risks that we took in the past. Like we ain't gonna do the same thing again. Make sure you are being led by like your true authentic self and not just, things that you think from the outside of you that you should be doing. And also make sure like as you walk forward on this new adventure that you're protecting yourself. I sometimes feel when we are trying something new, we're just like so open for like change and opportunity. Like we're so open that sometimes we don't use our common sense. I feel like making sure you keep your common sense while you're embarking on these new things is going to be so helpful. Like all the experiences that you had in the past, make sure you remember those and you're learning from those. And make sure that you're not like allowing this new situation to completely just sweep you off of your feet. Make sure you're staying firmly grounded. Like, okay, this new thing, it's exciting, but I still am a human being. I still have my normal human stuff I need to do. I still gotta wake up in the morning. I gotta brush my teeth. I gotta eat breakfast. Like, just stay grounded while you're doing the new thing. Don't just completely like dive in to where you're not even like focusing in on your own energy. Okay, pile number 1, that is your reading. We'll move on to pile 2. All right, pile number 2, this is your reading. First, before we get started on what your key to happiness is, I wanted to get a little bit of information about who you are. Pile number 2, who you are a strong person. You done been through some things. You don't let nothing stop you. You don't let nothing hold you back. Pile number 2, it's so funny because I see the King of Cups, but I really see overall this energy of strength. No matter what comes at you, whether it be like people trying to play with you in your face, people trying to like take from you, or even like when it comes to things that you can't control, like outside of you. So I do see death here, like whether or not someone has passed away in your life, someone important, or whether or not like somebody has literally like cut you off from an opportunity. It doesn't matter. You still moving forward. You're moving forward, and you're moving forward in grace too. You're not gonna like be sitting down curled up in a ball or anything like that. You are just gonna move on. You're gonna move on from whatever situation it is, and you're gonna continue to allow these things to like. It's like the things are gonna continue to come. You understand that. It's like, no, come what may, I'm still gonna make it. I'm still gonna do my thing. I'm still gonna be myself. I'm still gonna show up. I'm still gonna like whatever. You can literally even be, because we have the King of Cups here, you can be a boss. You can be somebody who is in a leadership role in your life. Or you can literally just be one of the most, out of all the people that you hang around or that are around you, you're one of the most emotionally mature people. Could have been because you had to like stand up, you had to be stable. They could think you were like a bit, what is the word? Apathetic, like you don't care. People might think that you don't care, you don't really feel no emotions around certain situations, but it's just because you've been through so much. It's not like some stuff is just nothing to you. It's like, well, that don't matter. When people try to come at you like, oh my God, the world is ending, run away, we should all freak out. You're just like, no, it's good. Like, calm down. Let's look at what's really going on here, and let's find our way to move forward. There's always going to be a way to move forward. There is. It's always been. No matter what you've gone through, there's always been a way for you to like continue on. So it's never going to be a situation where you were just going to like sit there and freak out or whatever. So that's who you are, pile number 2, like at your core. And again, you may have been through a lot of things. You may have seen a lot of things. You could have literally even been in like the army or like have gone to war before. And again, like stuff don't phase you like other people. Literally like other people, because the King of Cups is going to be the king. There's going to be people around him that are pages that don't even have near the ability to like control and handle their emotions that you have. So that's who you are, and I just want to get the answer to what is your key to happiness then. Pile number 2. I love it. Let me move this up a little bit. So pile 2. You see here in the middle, temperance. It's got these 2 cups. There's these 3 people here, and then these 3 swords. It's like the 2 cups are coming together to balance out these 3 people and these 3 swords. I really feel like your key to happiness, pile number 2, is allowing this to even happen in your life, allowing this balance to occur. Sometimes when we've been through a lot in life, we can really have our guard up, and it can be difficult for us to like open up to new people in our life or new situations, or even like see things that are good and positive as good and positive. We can just like, I even kind of get the energy of like everything is the same. I can see like everything is either gray or everything is like just the same color, monotone. Like, I'm even thinking about having a monotone voice. I think sometimes when you've been through so much, and even if you like, and I'm talking about like PTSD, CPTSD, a part of healing from that is not allowing so many things, especially things on the outside, to affect you. And I think you may have gotten so good at that you've not allowed these new things that can come into your life and like bring you happiness and joy. You haven't really allowed them to do that, because I was just thinking about excitement. How excitement can literally be overwhelming sometimes. And so you might not want a lot of excitement in your life. You might just want to stay where you at baseline. But baseline for you might not really be that like exciting. It might just be literally you just waking up and doing your same routine every day. You're not really you're not taking any risks. You're not trying anything different. You're not allowing any new people into your life. Like, you kind of just want to stay at homeostasis. Pile number 2. And I feel like your key to happiness is really allowing. It's like spirit really wants to come in and like help this heartbreak. They want to temperance it. And I know that's not a verb. But they want to allow. It's like there's a barrier up that needs to be taken down so that this process can happen, so that all the pain in the past can be transmuted to be better. And I really feel like it's going to be the people around you, or the people that you are spending your time with, the people who are like being sent towards you in your life that are going to help do this. So this is really making me think about like a relationship, and it doesn't have to be, but this is like a good example. The best example that I can give is, you know, like when we've been through a lot when it comes to relationships. We had our heart broken, you know, from exes in the past, and they've just taken from us. And so when it's time for somebody new to come in our life, the guard is up. It's just like, well, this will be fun, but you can only have this, like this little bit of me. I won't allow me, like I'm not going to open myself up to allow you to have all of me. You're never going to break my heart like the people in the past did. That's because you're not going to have access to my heart like the people in the past did. So you could literally be only allowing yourself to be like in sexual relationships, or only allowing yourself to be like in the talking phase with somebody, or never going out of the talking phase, or only allowing yourself like, okay, we can be boyfriend, girlfriend, but like you ain't never getting a ring for me, because last time I did that, and da-da-da. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're blocking yourself off from all the good that's trying to come into your life because of the pain of the past. So for you, your key to happiness is going to be to allow this process, this temperance process to happen, which can be a little scary because, you know, you sit here as the King of Cups on your throne. If you get off of your throne, if you allow this energy to come in, then what's going to happen? Like, you can't control it anymore. They might actually affect your emotions. What if you get so excited? What if you feel so much joy? Oh my goodness. That can literally be scary to someone who really just wants to stay in homeostasis, does not want to be affected. Because if you can feel joy, then you can feel pain. If you can feel happy, you can feel sad. If you can feel elated, then you can get depressed. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here to tell you that you can handle those emotions. You can. You surely can handle those emotions. You don't have to stay in this little protected bubble where you're not allowing anything to affect you anymore. You don't have to be as hard as you had to be in the past. It's time for you to let it go, like to drop that really hard shell. Like I'm thinking about candy. You know how the M&M, the shell is hard, but it's soft and gooey on the inside. It's time to get to the soft gooey part of yourself. Like you don't have to hold this really hard shell anymore. The time for that has passed. Pile number 2. And I just want to get you some advice for how do you get there? How do you get to your happiness? I just heard that song, Prince of Egypt. I think Casey and JoJo sang it on the soundtrack, but I want to say, of course, the characters sang it in Prince of Egypt, but it's I Will Get There. I will get there somehow, cross that river, nothing's stopping me now. I will get through the night and make it through to the other side. I think you need to desire this. That's the number one thing. Pile number 2, if you want to be happy, you have to desire it. In order for you to pull down your barriers and allow people in, you have to desire that. And I see here it's going to be a process. That's what I'm saying. I will get through the night and make it through to the other side. Like you made it through from the past, all that stuff that happened to you in the past. You made it through with all of this is reminding me of therapy. It's like the things that helped you survive in the past are going to hurt you in the future because you don't need those same things to survive anymore. You're good now. The threat is over now. And now it's time for you to put down your armor. But I really see it being like a process for you. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, but the advice for you is to keep going and to desire that. Like, I desire change. Because I desire change, I'm going to slowly open it up and allow it to come through. And that's what I see here in this Page of Swords card. It's funny, like, if you ain't never been happy before, if you never, like, had what you wanted before, then how you even know what you want? So it's kind of like that energy of you getting out there and trying something different, trying something new. Like, you know what? Last time somebody new trying to come into my life, I was just like, nah, back up. Back up. They don't love you like I love you. But you were basically saying, it's not worth the risk for me to get out there and do this. So maybe instead of you deciding that initially, maybe try to do a little bit of research first. Who is this person? What do they like and dislike? Is it similar to what I like and dislike? Okay, so what have they done in their past? Like, do they have a history of being someone who would hurt me? As in, are they cheaters? Are they, like, what kind of character do they have? And guess what? In order to know those things, you're going to have to spend time with that person and get to know them. You know what I mean? So it's like you being inquisitive. You being inquisitive is going to help you on your path. So even if you're in this, like, steady King of Cups energy, this, like, can't nothing hold me, can't nothing break me, can't nothing, shake me. You being inquisitive is going to help you, even while you're still in this energy, to, like, move forward and do something new and talk to new people and get out there. And, this doesn't even have to do with a relationship. It can have to do with, like, a career. It can have to do with just your every single day life. Like, maybe in your everyday life, you do the same thing every day. I'm talking about you wear the same outfit, you drive the same car, take the same route, buy the same groceries. Maybe being inquisitive, like, you know what? I do like my chicken and vegetables that I eat every day, but I'm going to try some salmon and vegetables today. Let me see if I like that. Okay. Maybe I put this different seasoning on here today. Like, it's just you being inquisitive more and trying new things out in your life. And basically saying, like, what makes you happy? Do you like this? Does it bring you joy? I really just kind of see you bringing more color back into your life. I was talking about it being a gray monotone, being the energy that I felt for you, pile number 2. Like, I feel like you're just sitting in this gray monotone energy. But let's get some flowers. Let's bring in some joy. And the flowers and joy can literally be, I really like to watch movies, but I never go to movies no more because, back in COVID days, we couldn't really go. So I stopped going. Maybe you do that some more. Maybe you pick back up these hobbies that you used to like literally coloring. I like coloring. When I was a kid, man, I loved coloring. But I stopped coloring just because I was an adult. And they say adults don't color like that. You know what? I'm going to color again because I remember I loved that. Like, just going back and remembering, hey, These are the things I like. Or I don't know what I like, so I'm going to try some new stuff out. That is what's your key. Like, that's what's going to get you there to your key to happiness. And I feel like you're always, like, you're going to feel this sense of vulnerability when you're doing these things. I feel like as long as you know, like, okay, this is out of my comfort zone, I'm going to feel vulnerable, but that doesn't mean that that's true. The only thing that is true is the things that I can, like the things that I can prove. The things that have happened to me in the past are finished. If I really pay attention to where I am right now in life, do I see those things that have happened to me in the past? Do I see those things around me? Can I really and truly definitively say that those things are happening to me? No, they're not happening anymore. And so it's okay for me to go out and do these new things. I might feel the same vulnerability that I felt before, but I know that it's not happening no more. I'm okay. Like, just understand, you might feel anxiety, you might feel the fear, you might feel that, but it's not actually there. And just, yeah, try some new stuff. Pile number 2, that's your key to happiness. Putting some color back into your life. All right, we're going to move on to pile 3. Hello, pile 3. This is your reading, the answer to what is your key to happiness. But first, I wanted to pull some cards to understand who it is that you are. So if you resonate with this, then this is going to definitely be your reading. And of course, once we know who you are, we'll know your key to happiness. So pile 3, you're somebody who goes through a lot of deaths and rebirths. So in my mind, someone who does that is somebody who literally has to be led. You don't have to be, but somebody who's led by a higher power. Because I feel like when you're led by a higher power, like when you really focus and pay attention and allow them to lead your life, a higher power to lead your life, you're going to go through a lot of changes, rebirths. You're going to like continually be leveling up and leveling up and leveling up. Like so much so that your life is going to be one that people are not, like they can't understand it. Like, dang, why are you doing it like this? Why are you going through things like this? Why did you make that change? Why did, like, they won't know why unless they are also led by a higher power and they can see God at work in your life. So pile number 3, you are, because look at this Queen of Cups surrender, like you're fully allowing like God to take over in your life. But the beautiful thing about it is it's made you somebody who, like, you have been able to align yourself with like-minded people. Like, this is giving me like priestess type energy. Like, you, where is it that priestesses are? You're in the church or somewhere of that sort, like one of those holy structures, all praying together. And again, this doesn't necessarily have to be like you and a bunch of other people. This can be you and people who, like, how do I say this? You might not physically be with these people. These people who you're aligned with, they could be at a distance and maybe you're inspired by them online. Or maybe these are your guides who are like surrounding you and you're aligned with. Because I know sometimes, especially if you go through a lot of deaths and rebirths in your life, you lose a lot of people. But you do find your people. And I just kind of feel like you are someone who is open to surrendering to life, whatever life brings to you. You are someone who is not necessarily going to fight it. You're going to be like, all right, I feel this. I know I've been through this before. I know the energy of this change. I know it's coming for me. I know that's going to mean maybe I need to go move to this place. I need to talk to these people. I need to learn more about this thing. Like, you're just very much open to surrendering to what life brings to you. And that's why I see that you're led by a higher power. And yes, this 3 of Cups is you like joining with like-minded people. Literally, you might not even be able to be around folks if they're not also led by a higher power. Like, you really highly led. Like, you're about that life. You don't play about it. It's not something that you allow to play with you. You don't allow people to come in and out of your life who don't have your best interest at heart. You're just someone who is very much like, I surrender to my higher power. I surrender to my gifts. I surrender to what it is that I came here on this earth to do. I'm allowing this, like, I'm open up to allow this truth to come through me. Like, you're just, like, you won't play about that. Pile number 3. So if you feel this, and this is definitely your reading. And so let's get what your key to happiness is then. I just heard show up and show out. I feel like you want God to show up and show out, show up and show out in your life. I say God, but like substitute for whatever deity you believe in. Show up and show out. I keep hearing that. That's the tower. Pile 3. You funny. I just really get the energy of somebody who is fearless. Fearless. No matter what happens. So I live here in Hawaii, and the other day they just had the Eddy, which is like a surfing competition, but it ain't just any surfing competition. It's like the big waves. I'm talking the ones that can literally kill you if you don't know what you're doing. Big waves. And I see you waiting on these big waves. It's like, come on, guys, send me the big wave. I'm ready. I'm sorry. Pile 3. Like, it's so funny because this top row, I'm like, wow, this person, they really are surrendering. They are opening their energy up. They're letting God in. But when I look at this, your key to happiness, it is about surrender, but it's like really badass. Like, gangster. I'm talking about so much in your spirituality that you would go and do some crazy stuff. And I think that is your key to happiness. Literally, you might get these impulses to do things that are not, don't make no sense. Why would you go to Tibet right now? Why would you go and talk to these people? They don't know you. And then you go and you have this amazing experience with these folks who, different culture, don't even speak the same language, but y'all show up together, and it's like meant to be. It's as if they were waiting on you, you were waiting on them. Like some miraculous things happen just because you went off that impulse just to go to this one place. You decided, you know what? This job is not serving me. I'm gonna quit today. Today. I don't have no backup. It doesn't matter. I'm leaving. And then 2 days later, after you quit that job, something comes in and it's like, we need you now. So it was as if the Spirit was preparing you to be ready for the thing that needed you now, you know? Like, you just going off your intuition, doing what it is that you, like, that God told you to do. Or, again, insert whatever deity that you work with specifically. But pile number 3, your key to happiness is to continue listening to your intuition. I feel like you have been listening to your intuition. If this is who you are already, somebody who is used to lots of deaths and rebirths, so lots of like just change, basically completely changing your life, completely changing the way you think, completely changing the people you're around. Like, you're used to doing that. They kind of just like, okay, keep doing that. Do it faster, do it bigger, do it better. That's what I see from the 7 of Cups card. This person is like holding their hand over these bowls, trying to figure out which bowl to choose. But it's based off of intuition because they don't know what's underneath that bowl. But they're just like, whatever I'm led to do, I'm gonna go and do it. I'm gonna start learning how to be an astronaut. I'm 42 years old, but I'm going to space. Nobody told me I was going. I just know. So I'm gonna go and study so I can be ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are so led by the divine that your key to happiness is gonna be like to continue to do it, but to do it in bigger ways, in better ways, because you really, it's like a game that you're playing with Spirit. You're like, all right, Spirit, I want to see how much you're gonna show up and show out in my life. I'm gonna see how much I can surrender to you, so I can see how much you come in and you. It's like, I'm gonna create this vacuum so that Spirit can come in and like fast. So this vacuum is gonna be created by the amount and the magnitude in which you surrender and you allow Spirit to come in. And so you are all about allowing Spirit to come in. Like, I just see this energy of you like, all right, Spirit, I'm ready. Look, I surrendered. Come on. Bring the big wave. I'm ready. I'm ready to ride that thing. Oh, pile 3, this is so fun. But yes, your key to happiness is following your intuition. I mean, and in order to do that in this world, it's really going to involve you blocking out a lot of what other people say, even if it's like comments and side comments and assumptions that they make, because folks just don't understand Like when you follow spirit, it doesn't make sense to the person who is, following money or following their parents or following popularity or following trends. Like it wouldn't make any sense what you're doing. But to somebody who is following spirit, oh, it's gonna make a lot of sense, and they're gonna be like, "Look at you! I understand what you had to do to get to where you are. You had to surrender. You had to believe. You had to show up when wasn't nothing but you and spirit. You just had to show up, and then everything else got fell into line." So let me give you some advice, Pile 3, although I just really don't know if you need it. But let's see. It's just so sweet. It's really like whatever you desire will be yours. Oh, Pile 3, I really feel that for you. You know this, I think in the Rider Waite Tarot, this moon card is depicted better. It's like desire, it's like yearning. It's like the wolves are howling at the moon. It's like, yes, I want this, give me this. But it seems like the desires for them are subconscious, unconscious. I feel like for you, it doesn't matter. You can want it in your sleep, waking. As long as you desire it, it will be yours. Like it's that kind of energy that I get. And not even like that you're, like Pile number 3, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, you're a perfect person. Anything that you want, God will provide for you. It's kind of like you are somebody who is going to work to get whatever it is that you desire. You are going to figure out the best pathway to get there. You're going to, any obstacles that are in your way for you to get that thing, you are going to knock them things out of the way. You're going to pray about it. You're going to light a candle. Like you're going to do whatever it is that you need to do to remove that obstacle to get the thing that it is that you want. So it's not like spirit is like, yes, anything, command us and we will give it. It's like you are going to do the work. You are going to surrender. You are going to, like you understand what it takes to get here. You understand. You don't take life for granted. You understand this is my life. I get to direct it and design it and move it. And the places that I show up and the way that I show up are what's going to lead me forward in life. And so I'm going to do what I need to do to get what I want. It's not that I'm waiting on some outside force or some other person to make this happen for me. If I want a big, huge, amazing experience, I'm going to make it happen for me. Okay, step 1, what type of experience would I like to have? Okay, step 2, what is it that I'm willing to do to get there? Step 3, I'm going to go do the stuff that I need to do to get there. Like for you, Pile number 3, it's just that simple. You don't really believe that there's anything standing in your way of getting anything unless you decided it's standing in your way. And you have never decided that. So your key to happiness is to continue doing what you do best, which is showing up for yourself. Showing up in God, though, because it's not that you're showing up. It's not that you're showing up for yourself like, I want to make all this money. I want to influence all these people. It's like, I want to be happy. I want to pour into myself. I want to, like, the things that you're desiring are things that you can achieve because they have to do with you changing. They don't have to do with the outside world. They don't have to do with anybody else. Like, this is all about you. Because it's all about you and you are in control of you, then you can always achieve your goals. Like, it's that simple. You're in alignment, basically. I mean, that's all I'm saying for you, Pile 3. Is just continue doing what you do best. Showing up, surrendering, understanding like this is how the world works and this is how I show up in it. This is how I can contribute to my personal success because this is all I can control is me. I also know though that spirit has my back because I have been praying, I have been showing up, I have been obedient, I have been doing what I needed to do to get what I need to do, what I need to get done. But yes, Pile 3, that's what I feel for you. You in alignment. Keep doing it. You're going to learn what you need to learn. You're going to talk to who you need to talk to. You're going to go the way you need to go because that's just what you do. All right. Thank you for showing up in this reading. I will see you in the next one.